there, I as my kafante. Me can say, I think that this lady is being treated unfairly. Now me can say, me busa around no. I think that the comment to my president Mahama. Into na man this for ne bone ye no be no nko a o kai a me ka kire o na akra o say say na be akoda
sure
yes we mu na the national service in Pennyforda the two former executive directors and Mustafa Isif ne di kan na no abo CB koye ana na bi na one ni di na ohini jan ana gift your worry so I thought it was being unfair now in media we give fair hearing to everybody. Till this week, we share Good Evening Ghana. Paula Dumochi show no. And Nana Boachen so the Facebook page. No issue statement. Now statement no issue. The research team. The conclusion is this 4 points. 1. Almost say the four first state projected figures on the numbers of ghost names in the NSA data. We now complete for NSS. We are National Service Authority, but service now as a mostly name. Database do not account for cohort of nursing and teacher training posting. You can say, release it university for the na. I don't postings me and 3 cohort. NSS any teacher training for so called national service posting. Now for first state research no here no one fast microphone anka. That is occurring or that is the result of the variance or the difference in the data omo de babonting any nyomo de come parliament no. My comment here is that why do you give to the public the data from the university but not the data from the nurses and teacher training colleges?
Yes.
2, almost say the presence of overage. You them catch maybe already 90 years, a year 40 years, almost national service, almost database. You know, say the presence of overage persons, duplicated names, photos of foreigners, fake index numbers created in the name of tertiary institutions and fake IDs, and manipulated biometric data are all mere entry data errors, which are eventually weeded out during original verification. Almost say, my men are already 80 years. Are actually posting. And you see, I think that the difference is that the woman was not just on the database. He had been posted to a school in the northern region.
Right.
Almost say, error, bomb system, nima, almost clearing out eventually. 3, the fourth state faulted in its journalistic ethics by failing to verify its data from the Ghana Interbank Payment and Settlement System. National Service and ye tuasikano. Your system be a settle the Bank of Ghana. Omu ne tuasikano. Na you switch ne krana biometric verification. It's a one year verification with me is canon. Now I will respond to that later with some letter.
Sure.
Now 4 say that throughout their tenure they committed to a robust enrollment and verification mechanism to reduce unscrupulous enrollment. So this is it. Now the third allegation is the fourth state didn't write to the payment authority, checking my screen, the payment authority for them to give them the actual number of those they paid and whether they paid those people or not. Now, this is a letter from the fourth state.
Right.
Let's read the letter together. I'll say, request for consent to disclose information. Now, listen, when the fourth state wrote to the payment organization for them to give us the data. Right. The payment organization wrote to the National Service Authority that someone is requesting for your information. Should I give it to them? NSS said, I reply to letter. No. So, why in their third summary point, making the narrative or trying to put out the information, say the fourth state didn't request for that information from the payment platform. They did. There's a letter. We write to inform you of a request received from a media foundation for West Africa to disclose the total number of national service personnel paid for each month for the year 2022, 2023, and then January to October 2024. A copy of the letter is attached. So the journalists, in fact, wrote to the payment platform.
Sure.
Say, give us the total number. Now, the second paragraph is very interesting. Based on our business relationship, we hereby seek your consent to disclose the information as requested. Also, in the event that the National Service Authority assent to the release of the requested information, we would be grateful to receive an indemnity for any loss, damage, or liability the GHIPSS may suffer or incur in circumstances. So the fourth state, in fact, wrote to the payment platform. The payment platform then wrote to the national service information. They bet him the amount, but here we approve. I work at a multimedia company. If you need my employment, you write to the HR. The HR must seek consent from the chief HR and another do I release you this information? If the chief HR do not respond, what do you do? Does that stop you from doing your journalistic work?
No, you go ahead.
So you can't say that the fourth estate didn't do a proper journalistic. They did. This is the letter. And that is why I always say that when you are serving the public interest, you serve the public interest absolutely. Why did the National Service go to court? They may catch you. The NSS Scandal man now said that. Why the president of football education KPMG to investigate? Because as a lawyer, when he picked that journalistic way, he established a prima facie basis for audit.
Sure.
And I read the letter for you. When the audit was done, read the statement from the presidency. Why would the National Service Authority say that we shouldn't give information to a media house? Why? Ask yourself that. I've not said anybody as a kind of writer. Now I'm for attacking me. Also, only a court of competent jurisdiction can say someone is a criminal or not.
Sure.
It doesn't lie in my mouth. But I'm saying that they are in law. If it be circumstantial evidence, one, a media house is doing an investigation of information, or the RTI requested by one farmer. No.
Sure.
Moko court say o show sa documentary na and an investigation na it will damage your reputation. 2. 3, in your response to niema waka nyina o say wanye good work. Na nipa onya NSS na uties kan nipa no uties kan kwa wan fa letter nkoma no. Ana nipa no so the response about so in fact or the letter koma no. Fee na manfion, why won't you respond to that? Say we are standing for na move say when him here fa o dey be there when him
we ni year when him month.
We ni year when him month. So why were they hiding from transparency?
But only my dear crown is surprising me. Say you came in to defend yourself, right? With this particular press release on the by from Aye Nanabi and then you know Mustafa. Is it Mustafa?
Yeah, Mustafa.
Yes. So you came in to explain yourself and also SB. Mo be explain mo ba obano. You didn't add any figure, especially with the nurses, nursing trainee and
teacher. 2017 nurses.
They all can nurses do work crabuma. Ne yesi, okay teachers do work crabuma ne yesi. So what for first state is saying?
Enya no kre.
And
maybe sports minister we are tema all African games ban Facebook me can say or be more figure bi. And I can make us a communication gap. Some of our ministers challenging they say or challenging they say. Young guys a bit more proper data now. I'm for my juma.
Yeah.
MPP for boys be brabbing. Oh, bet me more data because I can't him. The universities.
No, but
the universities. My simple extrapolation.
Sure.
The universities churn out more people than teacher and nursing trainees.
Yeah.
The university.
Yeah.
So on the surface of it, the data doesn't make sense to me. But you see, only a court, and I can't only another thing. Give you a feather in the cap of the fourth estate. After forcing letter no release, okay. Or say, almost payment now will be Tiana. There's some discrepancy, meaning that there's a probability amount for also. And in fact, we reading an Anabi statement now, the joint statement, so I'm not saying Anabi, the joint statement now, they agree that there may be some infractions. That is why last week I said that we need to investigate further. Me didn't say BB.
Yeah.
But I say, yes, single out in Nipa back, that was my problem because I know no deputy. But I think that because of the commentary about President Mohammed and I'm for attacking him.
Sure.
But I feel, say, based on what I've seen from the fourth estate, and I go SML scandal, no be our follow behind him say it was the fourth estate that really saved this country that mess.
Yeah.
And I think that there's some prima facie basis for this investigation.
And I say there have been postings in this country. And I mean, who say I can see a posting nurses or teacher trainees more than maybe 30,000. More than 40,000 or a year batch. And before so be your national service, you post you. You get it. And it means that Omo ebe post you, including Omo Rebecca say they are not up to that number now. You can say Abro Subebe, even you take university for the and so why don't you bring the real figures now? Because 2014, 2015.
But you see, that's what I'm saying that. When it comes to such matters, I hasten slowly.
Sure.
Jane say their statement even establishes more doubt.
Sure.
Because what statement and say payment platform nipa no trace kano 4th Estate and letter and command. But the 4th Estate also has a letter that they've written. They have the RTI letter. In fact, they requested for information. This was all the letter. I didn't want to go into it because someone will say because I'm a media person, I'm defending them.
Sure.
But these are all the letters, and I've told you that in Share FM, me said I won't use my credibility to indulge in innuendos and gossips. Me need be free.
Sure.
I don't have any relationship with 4th Estate or Manasa Azuri. But these are the letters they wrote. So when you are releasing a statement, make it seem they requested for interviews.
Sure.
And you told them you respond after December 10th because you knew, say, at the end of it had bearing on the election. That is it. That is the common thing I'm in because you knew, say, they will have some electoral consequences. So you wanted to avoid it after. Why did you go to court to sit at S party? Me not lawyer, but when you go to court to sit at S party, that's the blind side of the other person.
Sure.
And the court must grant it.
No, it means that Abia Ukraino, you've had access to it to review it. And who say there are things that you don't agree. So why didn't you give him the verified figures that you have? You get it? That I see a problem with this, and that's why I went for maybe the S party or something. So input this. This is the real figure for nurses and teacher training and those things.
Yes, OSP. Maybe I'm the command OSP.
Because what he asks is very fine. What's a breakdown of the total number of personnel accepted and approved in each region of the years 2020 to 2023.
I hope I hear him because maybe the numbers, it doesn't make sense to me. Many investigators will say, now, this story has been